What's up, Raider Nation? I'm trying to get to 97,000 subs before Thanksgiving. I got a lot to be thankful for, and I know there's a lot of really awesome people that always watch the show, but I do have a goal, and I am trying to get to 97K. We're 343 away, so if you bleed silver and black, if you support the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Raider Nation, what's going on? You guys are watching the Raiders Report, and we got a lot of news and a lot of rumors to cover, especially, of course, around DC and Marcus Mariota. But before I get into all that, man, I got to give some special love to Autumn Abyss. They are hooking up the nation with some awesome gift ideas. Head on over to autumnabyss.com, and you can actually save up to 20% by clicking Enter the Abyss, and they have some brand new gear, but I'll tell you about that in just a little bit. Now, the first story that's going to be coming up here is actually from ESPN's Paul Gutierrez, and he's talking about the possibility of, well, benching Derek Carr. It's the top story if you follow the silver and black. He wonders if the Raiders should actually decide to put number 4 on the pine, and the question that I think everyone's wondering right now is, would the Raiders be better off putting Marcus Mariota as the starting quarterback up against the Dallas Cowboys on Thanksgiving? I think the other reason why you have to consider this a little bit is because Mariota is going to be a free agent in 2022, so whether you're going to figure out whether or not you want to bring him back or not, this could be your opportunity. Now, here's what Gutierrez had to say in his article this week. In fact, it might be time to play Marcus Mariota to see if he can jumpstart things. Then again, you might lose Carr mentally by benching him, but would that be a bad thing? So I'll kind of hit on this a little bit more as this show goes on, but do I think it would be a bad thing? If you lose Derek Carr, absolutely it would be a bad thing. One of the reasons simply is he's been a leader on this team. Whether you like him or not, I would say he's by far the biggest leader of this football team here. But what's this show all about? The nation interacting, and I've been very, very pleased by the amount of comments I've had on my last 2 videos. Over 830 on the one that I had Sunday, and then over 900 yesterday. I'm anticipating we're going to have over 1,000 in this one, so I'm going to make this the pinned comment on today's show. Would the Raiders be better off starting Marcus Mariota quarterback? For those of you watching, you're about to get hit with the YouTube ad break, so scroll on down and let me know why for yes or and for no. I'm going to go ahead and say starting, no. Getting snaps, yes, and I really stressed this on yesterday's Raiders Report show, and for those of you that missed it, remember, free videos literally every single day. The biggest problem when I look at this Raiders offense right now is the passing game. Not that they have been successful running the ball, but last week, Drake and Jacobs combined for 14 carries, 60 yards. That's halfway decent. But when this offense really clicks on all cylinders, it's with the deep ball, and it's with Carr being able to hit guys deep. I mean, this team is undefeated when Carr throws for over 300 yards this season. Now, Carr, he's a better passer than Mariota. I don't really think too many people would dispute that. And I'm not ripping on Marcus, and I'm not really supporting DC either. My biggest argument has been this. We need to not totally overreact. Carr's a better quarterback than Marcus, and I just want to see the Raiders mix it up a little bit. Do something a little bit different, because what you've been doing the past 3 weeks, where you've scored 16, 14, and 13 points, that ain't going to get it done. Something that is going to get it done if you're looking for an awesome holiday gift, I want you guys to go to autumnabyss.com where you can save $20 on the Marshawn hoodie that I'm wearing right now. So you can save some money. If you want to get a t-shirt, you can also do that as well. autumnabyss.com. Make sure you guys go check it out. That link's going to be available for you in the comments. It's also going to be available for you in the description down below. But the t-shirts come in like 4 different colors. The hoodies come in a bunch of different colors as well. There's also a whole bunch of other products on there, but they did just launch these brand new Marshawn hoodies. They're going to go fast. They feel better than Nike Dry Fit. If you don't believe me, you got to find out yourself. autumnabyss.com. Get hooked up with Beast Mode for the holidays. All right, here's what Derek Carr had to say on Monday. I don't know the right wording for it, but there's definitely a feeling of enough is enough. We've got to win. We're in the business of winning, and if you don't win, it doesn't feel too good. When you do win, it feels pretty good. You want to make sure, win or loss, you come in and you always are trying to get better and get better at things you've got to get better at. All right, Derek. But for us, this is a big game, just like they all are. And it's a big game because it's the next game. But what an opportunity for us to get back on track on the road in a hostile environment against a really good football team. You know what I really got out of that? DC for a long time has just been trying to say the right things. And one thing I do agree with, enough is absolutely enough. And I have watched this Raiders offense totally spiral out of control. And I've been the person that probably I've defended Carr, and I absolutely think that DC is a good quarterback. But you also have to be able to sit here and say he's been bad, and he has been very bad. He's playing scared, he's playing timid, and when he's out there on the field, you have to really think about this. If he's in the huddle and he's trying to rally the troops, I can't imagine that anybody inside of that huddle has any confidence in what he's saying, simply because if you watch him, he looks like he's a scared man. And I've never been in the NFL, obviously. I've never been in that situation. But I really find it hard to believe that he's able to rally the troops right now. You have to think about this. If he doesn't start playing better, whether you like it or not, obviously I want Carr to succeed. Why? If Carr succeeds, that means the Raiders succeed. But if he doesn't, it's time to go. And you just have to think about the idea that he's been here since 2014. I've also said on this show multiple times that I realistically think that Derek Carr has dealt with more BS than any quarterback has in his entire career. All the different head coaches, all the different OCs. This season alone with not getting Gruden, Ruggs, I mean, it's crazy what this man's had to deal with. However, you are in this position now where if he doesn't play better, he's going to be in his next season. It's going to be his last in his contract. If you can't get it done, sorry, but it's time to go. So here's my next question, right? Will this be Derek Carr's final season as the Raiders cornerback? And I want you to type F for it's going to be the final season, or I want you to type S for he's staying. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because, man, it's been three years now where we get to this point in the season, week 12, and we start having this conversation. I agree earlier on when Derek Carr said enough is enough, and I'm at that point. Enough is enough. I want to stop talking about quarterback rumors. I want to stop talking about it in the offseason. I want to have a guy that the entire nation is behind and have confidence in. And I'm sorry, but enough is enough. So let me know, F for final season or S for staying. Now, on top of that, coming up here on today's show, we're going to get into some potential Derek Carr replacements, because I would be a bad host of a Raiders show if I didn't talk about some potential guys where you got to face it. If it's not going to be Carr, there's going to be somebody else under center. Now, before I get into some of those names, again, always remember that I do want the Raiders to be able to succeed, and just because you see some names on the list does not mean it's going to happen. So here are some dudes that you can keep in mind. Aaron Rodgers. I really think that his final season in Green Bay is this season. Russell Wilson could definitely be a player that I could see demanding a trade. Deshaun Watson, another person that could be demanding a trade. Now, the next names on this list are free agents. Andy Dalton, free agent. Nick Foles, free agent. These are probably your top 7 free agents out there. Cam Newton, Tyrod Taylor, Jameis Winston, Teddy Bridgewater, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Let me just make one thing very, very clear. And, Jeremy, if you could go back to the last potential Carr replacements, if you can't get Aaron Rodgers, if you can't get Russell Wilson, I don't even know if I really want Deshaun Watson, because I think he's just a bad look at this point, then I think you have to rock and roll with Derek Carr. Or you could actually potentially look at some players in the draft. And the other issue with that is this. I'm not 100% confident in any of those young quarterbacks in the draft this season. Sure, I've seen some good. I've seen some bad. But I don't have a lot of confidence in thinking like, all right, Matt Corral would be able to walk in right now. Malik Willis, Kenny Pickett, Carson Strong, Sam Howell. I really, truly believe those are your top 5 quarterback prospects. But I don't have a lot of confidence in those dudes. And if you are going to go ahead and draft a QB, you might have to take somebody in round 1. I don't really think that's the route I would go. But if you do take one of these dudes, then I probably say, guess what? You're going to end up keeping Derek Carr and letting one of these young guys learn behind him. And then you hand them the keys to the car in 2023. So the only upgrades, again, Rodgers, Wilson, or Watson. I really, truly believe if you're going to move on from Derek Carr, who is a good quarterback, he's not elite. He was playing elite at one point of the season. Then he lost some of his pieces around him. But those are the only 3 dudes on that list, and probably the only 3 dudes this offseason that I would even kind of consider moving on from. The next thing that you could potentially look at, and one of the reasons why I want Mariota to get more snaps, is your other replacement could in fact be Marcus Mariota, who the Raiders were very confident in just 2 years ago. They gave him a nice fat contract to be a backup quarterback. He took a little bit less money, but the Raiders would not be doing their job if you didn't at least see what Mariota has going forward. So what do y'all think about this? Who is going to be the Raiders starting quarterback in 2022? It's honestly, I'm still going to put all my chips in the Derek Carr basket. I really, truly believe the best opportunity or the highest probability of a quarterback will be DC. But I'm telling y'all right now, subscribe, hit those notifications because it is going to be one hell of an offseason. All right, y'all, so if you haven't already, you can always hit me up on IG and on Twitter. The reason why I'm telling y'all that is because with the Raiders playing the Cowboys this weekend, I want to hang out with some people coming to Dallas. I've lived in Dallas the last 4 years, and I just want to be able to interact with the nation in any way possible. I posted on my IG and on my Twitter that, hey, this is where I'm going to be on Wednesday. So it's located right across the street from AT&T Stadium. It's 1010 Collins Event Center. That's where I'm going to be. I believe the party starts at 4 and literally runs until the end of the night. I have dinner plans early. I'll try to get there probably at around 9 o'clock, maybe 10. Either way, though, if you want to get more details on the event, it is free to go to, but it's chatsports.com/Texas Takeover. My man Asso, he's the one running it on Facebook, and I just wanted to make an easier link to find. So they're calling it the Texas Takeover. So if you want more information on that, the link is going to be down below, chatsports.com/Texas Takeover. Let's talk about the next story coming up here, and it's around Foster Moreau. And can my man Foster please get some more playing time? Because I don't really understand how you can run an NFL team and not notice that you are just head and shoulders better, not a sponsor, when you have Big Foff on the field. I mean, he played only 17 snaps last week. They lost. And if you can get Foster on the field more, I guarantee you one thing, you're probably going to be in better situations. Probably one of my most popular tweets that I sent out a few weeks ago was this: put Darren Waller as a wide receiver, put Foster Moreau as a tight end, because that's when your offense, I really think, is at its best. And here's the other thing, because this stuff blows my mind here. Look at these snap counts, okay? The Raiders, they are 5-0 this season when Foster Moreau has more than 25 snaps. In week 1, he had 46. Week 2, 38. Week 3, 47. Week 6, 25. Week 7, 66. I don't know if you guys realize this. These are all the games that they've won. 5-0 when he plays more than 25. Well, what happens when Foster Moreau plays less than 25 snaps? The Raiders are 0-5. I don't understand how you can see something and not make adjustments. That's been the Raiders' problem the last 2, now 3 years, is teams figure out what they're doing, and the team can't make adjustments. Good NFL coaches, good players, they figure out ways when, okay, you're taking this away, now we got to go to this. Make the adjustment. Put Foster out on the frickin' field already. I'm about to go absolutely berserk. Your offense is better when Darren Waller, Foster Moreau are out there on the field more. Sorry, Zay Jones. Sorry, Brian Edwards. You guys can't get open. Put Deshaun out there. I want to see a little bit more speed out on the field. Now, if you guys want to see Foster out on the field a little bit more, I want you to either type 87 down in the comments or go retweet my tweet. Go share my thing on Instagram about Foster and all the numbers that I laid out, because I want the Raiders to see it. I am sick and tired of watching a losing team, and I want to see an adjustment, and I want to see Foster Moreau out on the field. All right, coming up right now, we're going to get into some more injury news, and I don't have too much stuff. We're going to talk about some guards, and I'm going to talk about Trayvon Mullen and Morrow. So the first injury that we're going to break down is John Simpson. Unfortunately for him, he had to leave the game early this past week. He's dealing with an oblique strain right now. He's questionable. I'm not 100% sure whether or not he's going to be able to go. And if he is unable to go, that means then you're going to be looking at Jordan Simmons filling in for him at left guard. Now, usually I'm team, let's air the ball out. But the Cowboys' defense is built to stop the pass. They suck against the run. The perfect example was just 2 weeks ago when they got blown out by the Denver Broncos. I really think it's going to be a big game for Kenyon Drake and a big game for Josh Jacobs. They need to show up, but that also means that the offensive line and Jordan Simmons needs to show up. Two other injuries that I constantly get asked about: Trayvon Mullen. I would be shocked if Mullen plays this week. However, I've been told from somebody close to the Raiders that they anticipate him playing Week 13, and they're going to give him this extra 10 days of rest after the Thanksgiving game, and he's hopefully going to be ready by Week 13, which then also means that Morrow hopefully will also be ready by Week 13, because another report that came out was that Morrow was actually ahead of Mullen. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. I also have no idea when Richie Incognito, if he ever is going to play again for the Silver and Black. Now, if you guys made it this far in the video, I appreciate you. I hope everyone has a awesome Thanksgiving, and I hope somebody comes and hangs out with me at the Texas Takeover. If you need more information, remember, it's on my Instagram, it's on my Twitter, @MitchellRenz365.